My name is James. My arm's not long enough, but wanted to give you a quick look at how I've been starting my trees this year. I have everything in a little closet here, and there's my humidity bin with a compact fluorescent. That's about a 200 watt equivalent compact fluorescent, and inside these are yellow long necks. This first one here that has the bud on the top is the one that rooted in 9 days after putting it in sphagnum moss. And you can see this one already has roots trying to escape. It's just wild. Very aggressive roots on these. And my humidity bin, you can see, is about 80% humidity and nearly 80 degrees temperature in here. The cloth on the bottom is just barely damp to add a little humidity. And over here is where I am rooting. The temperature again is, it's about 75 there. We'll have a look inside. These were started on January 31st. The yellow long necks were in here as well. And these are the Ronde du Bordeaux. And finally, after today's the 22nd, 23 days, they have a little bit of roots coming out. And you can see they've already started budding out at the top. So I'm going to get those into cups. We've got a little bit of mold on the bottom of this one, so I'll have to try to clean that up. But I'm going to get those into cups today and see how they do there. The next batch, these were started on the same day and they kind of got away from me. This one here is an LSU Tiger, and very aggressive roots, and this is a very aggressive grower too. The LSU Tiger I had last year grew 3 limbs, each about 6 feet long, in the course of about 6 months. That one still doesn't have very many roots, or doesn't have any coming out. That is a Jerupa. Another Jerupa. No roots there, so those are going to have to wait a little longer. This one here is Monstrous. Ooh, I hadn't seen those. Some nice roots there. So these are all going to a cutting, or going to a cup today as well. This one here is a Smith fig. Danny Kirkland and Marshall gave me the tree last August, and that's one cutting. That's all I was able to cut off of it, and got it started today. Now for the cups, here's what I've been doing. I'm using 32 ounce deli cups, and the way I mix up the soil, it's really not an exact mix. The potting mix that I was using last year was, I'd take about 50-50 Miracle Grow potting mix and perlite and mix it together, and then I'd add about 20% of that volume with cow manure compost. So that'd probably put it about, I don't know, 40-40-20 between the three. And that's fine for the outside pots, but I wanted something a little coarser for the cups. So I took half of that and added as much perlite on top of that. So this is probably about, I don't know, 70% perlite and 50% perlite, and then 50% of that other mix that I had. So all in all, about 70% total perlite in this. The mix was very dry because it's been sitting out, so I filled it up with the mix, mixed it up, added about 3/4 cups of water to it, which was just enough to make it damp inside, and then I microwaved it for about a little over a minute to get it nice and hot. And then they've been cooling. They haven't been open since then. So I'll take my soldering iron down there, and I'll poke holes with the soldering iron right into the side of this. I'll cut a little circle out of the top for the stem, and then I'll just poke it in there, and that'll go in the humidity bin. And I shouldn't really have to water these until they're ready to come out of the humidity bin. And for this one, I'm just waiting for the leaves to pop out, and as soon as they get out, then this one's coming out, because it's already starting to develop nice roots. So, and that's how I do it. And for the rooting is just damp sphagnum moss, long fiber sphagnum moss is the way I did it last year. Seemed to work very well, so I'm doing the same. I have one more set. I haven't looked at these yet in about a week. These were just started on February 8th. And I have J.H. Adriatic, Sweet George, what's this one? This one is Hardy Chicago, and lemon, a couple of lemons. So they're not ready yet. They probably still need a couple of weeks. See, so oh, there's a little root right there starting to come out. So maybe not too long. We'll see. But all in all, everything seems to be going pretty well.